On the tense times in the Middle East, and the Israeli embassy in Kenya has defended its decision to jointly attack the Islamic Republic of Iran with the United States. The embassy in a statement says the military action against Iran was taken in response to the country's continued nuclear program advancement, as well as its financing of proxies in the region. The statement comes as Russia, for the first time, waded into the conflict, accusing America of manufacturing threats as an excuse to attack Iran and orchestrate regime change there, while Spain and France continued to condemn the military action against Iran. Here's Brenda Wanga with that report.
The justification for the high-stakes military action came from an unexpected corner today, Nairobi. The Israeli embassy in Kenya defended the joint strike, characterizing it as a necessary preemptive blow. The embassy maintains that the decision to strike was born out of Iran's relentless advancement of its nuclear program and its continued financing of global terror networks. For Israel, this wasn't just a military maneuver, it was an act of survival. But as the smoke clears over Tehran, the international community is far from united. While the White House describes a unique window of opportunity to cripple Iran's missile buildup, others see a dangerous departure from global norms.
It appears that these actions are inconsistent with international law.
The dissent isn't just coming from the usual skeptics. In Washington, the halls of Congress are echoing with internal debate. While House Speaker Mike Johnson defends the strike as a response to Iranian intimidation, others are questioning the legality of the administration's rush to war.
Because the U.S. Constitution is clear that the power to declare war squarely sits with Congress. And it is very clear that this administration has not put forward a viable argument for why the U.S. should be declaring war on Iran and why it has deployed military resources without congressional authorization.
Across the Atlantic, the fracture is even more pronounced. Spain and France have moved from concern to outright condemnation. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has made it clear Madrid will not be a silent partner in what he deems a moral and strategic error.
Vamos a ser cómplices.
We will not be complicit in something that is bad for the world and contrary to our values and interests. Just because we might fear reprisals, we feel prouder than ever to be Spanish.
Absoluta en la fortaleza económica.
That defiance has drawn the ire of President Donald Trump. In a characteristic fashion, Trump didn't just target Spain's stance, he threatened their economy, while simultaneously venting his frustration with the United Kingdom's level of cooperation.
By the way, I'm not happy with the UK either. That island that you read about, the lease, okay, he made it for whatever reason, he made a lease of the island. Somebody came and took it away from him. And it's taken 3-4 days for us to work out where we can land there. It would have been much more convenient landing there as opposed to flying many extra hours. So we are very surprised. This is not Winston Churchill that we're dealing with.
As the West argues over trade and tactics, Russia is seizing the narrative. Moscow has wasted no time accusing the U.S. and Israel of manufacturing a crisis to facilitate what it termed as long-planned scheme for regime change.
There's no doubt that the so-called Iranian threat was merely a pretext for carrying out a long-planned scheme for forcibly overthrow the constitutional government of a foreign state. With missiles still flying and allies drifting apart, the narrow window the U.S. spoke of may have set it on a path towards achieving its military goals, but the diplomatic cost is proving to be a price many are not yet willing to pay. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV.